We're here in Ontario, California. We're gonna show you guys a community garden that sometimes we would volunteer at, and we live not too far from here. And I'm just curious to come back and visit and to see how much it's grown since we left. It's been almost 2 years. I just thought it'd be neat to come show you guys this community garden right in the middle of the city. These are individual plots of different things that people are growing in their individual plots. What's up, man? How are you?
I wash my hands down.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you.
Yeah.
This place looks awesome.
Welcome back.
It's grown.
Yes, things have just kept growing.
Yeah, it looks
Hi.
amazing.
All right, I'm here at the Ontario Community Garden. This is Arthur.
Hi.
Maria.
Maria.
So what's going on here? Like, what are you guys that are doing here?
So we're at Huerta del Valle. We have this arc above us, and it actually says Huerta del Valle up on it. It's a community garden here, and we do a whole lot of things, so we'll tell you all about them. But Huerta del Valle in Spanish means Garden of the Valley, and Huerta is a very special word. It means family garden. It's where you plant everything you need for your home, for eating, for medicine, for flowers. Everything you need you can find in La Huerta. So that's kind of the spirit and the energy. And Maria here is our founder and our director, and I'm the projects manager here at the garden. So we have a whole lot of things. Right now where we are is the community garden. So this is a place where people can come to grow their own food. They rent a plot for a course of a year. It's a 200 square foot plot, and they can plant whatever they want. We provide tools, we provide seeds, compost. So pretty much all you have to do is come and just be a part of the community here. Just work, and you can grow your own food. And Maria, how many families do we have?
I have right now 60 families.
Wow.
And every family there has a plot 10 by 20. And I'm very, very proud, you know, because
Yeah.
I never think has the impact for my community. And very blessing because now I have the healthy food for myself, for my family, and for the other 60 families.
Yeah, so this project is, it's here on city land. So this land has been vacant for 20, 30 years. We're actually right next to a park, which is really great because families can come in, they can participate in the garden, they can go out, hang out in the park, play sports. So it's all part of this kind of healthy living initiative. And we're lucky, we're fortunate. Many people want to do community gardens, but it's hard to get the political will and all the people together and the funding.
Yeah.
We've been very fortunate here to have the opportunity to work with the Ontario Heal Zone Project, Healthy Ontario. So it's a whole initiative citywide doing public health work. We've really brought this to the table as an opportunity where this can be about making cities and people and communities healthy. Before they were like, do this, do that, more exercise, anti-soda campaigns, but they didn't recognize how powerful growing your own food, reconnecting to the earth, touching the soil, building community, and eating what you grow yourself, how powerful that is for people's lives and people's health. So that's something we've really introduced to the city, and now we're hoping to do many of these gardens. This is just the first one. We're going to take a walk back a little bit, and just you can follow us. If you'll notice, there's this whole path of trees. So when we started the garden, there was nothing here. It was totally empty. There was nothing to see. It was just garbage, trash, fencing, old junk. And we cleaned it out, and little by little we planted. So every tree that we have at the garden here was donated, which is really awesome. But especially these trees, it makes a really beautiful tunnel, a path. I'm just noticing here, I can't pass it up. This is one of our plots, and if you can see, there's probably 40 butterflies and moths just flying around there. There's a diversity of crops. There's flowers, corn, beets, I see onions, I see baby cabbages. So this is kind of a real great example of what we do here is create life. Everything is chemical free. We don't use any synthetic anything because we're more interested in creating a habitat, ecosystem, biodiverse garden where all life can flourish. It just feels so amazing, and it takes some time to get to this point. what's amazing about gardens, what we learn is that by putting just a little bit of the right resources together, compost, seeds, water, sunlight, air, and the person's love and care, the community, you can grow more than enough than what you need for, you know, your whole year for growing. You have an abundance. You have enough where you can share it or give it away, and you create and regenerate the land so that creatures and animals can live. There was nothing here when we came. Everything was kind of dead. Horrible weeds like spines and dead animals and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And now you can put your bare feet anywhere in the ground and you can see the animals. So it's a really powerful message, I think, that when you plant a garden, you're not just doing it for you, you're doing it to heal the earth and heal your community. If we want, there's a lot we could look at, but we'll take you to the back a little bit where we do our farm.
Okay.
We grow produce to sell to the community at an affordable price. So we'll check that out too.
Awesome.
So here we are. This is one of our planting sections. If you look this way, we actually have papayas growing. You can see there's a mess of papayas in there. So we're lucky here in Southern California to have a climate where we can grow that. And these trees, being next to the greenhouse, will be protected from the cold winter winds. And we maybe use the greenhouse to put like a cover over them, and they'll survive.
Wow.
All here you can see is planted. Things that are new, fennel, broccoli, things that are older from last spring or summer. So we can come over here, we can see some of our volunteers and farm workers are planting garlic right now. So this garlic we always planted in November, and by June and July we'll be harvesting. So right here they put out a whole bunch of compost. That's why it looks so nice and dark. In maybe a week's time they'll be starting to pop up green. And in 7 months we'll harvest big old heads of garlic. So really exciting. Susanita!
Hi, Arturo!
Hola! So she's a volunteer and she comes every day from around the block.
Nice. Very
Really,
cool.
Really, without her this garden wouldn't be anything. So you know, you just see it's pretty bio-intensive. We don't leave much space empty. Out there in the distance you can see banana trees, and yes, they make bananas.
Wow.
It's really awesome.
Really?
Yeah. We have this whole section of cactus. These are nopales. That's one of the most nutritious foods you can eat. It's full of hard to find vitamins that are really good for the body, but you don't see them in a lot of foods. It helps people who are diabetic, issues of regulating their blood sugar, fiber in it, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin K. It's like all the good stuff. And we don't have to water it at all. You know, it's like we don't do anything. So we try to plant them, and we're actually going to be starting a second garden. So maybe next year come back and
Really?
check out how it's doing. It's out in Harupa Valley.
Okay.
15 minutes from here. So we plan to take all these and chop them up,
Yeah.
and bring pieces over there and start planting more cactus, because it's really
That's amazing.
great crop.
Right.
And you don't need to cover it with chemicals, but unfortunately they do. So it's hard to find organic cactus, you know, unless it's in your backyard.
Yeah. I remember just before, it's been 2 years since I've been here.
Yep.
And just before, I think it was that week we actually moved back east, I was digging holes for these greenhouses.
That's right. That's right, exactly.
So
yeah.
I have not seen this at all since they actually built it.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of crops in here since that day, and yeah, we were digging holes. If you come in here, you'll feel how warm it is.
Wow, it does feel warm.
Our temperature gauge says up there in the top, it's actually 100 degrees. So that's 30 degrees different than
what
outside.
are we at? Like 70?
Yeah, gets a lot of sun. You can see the papaya trees. They're starting to fill up with fruit. I mean, they're growing really tall. We got down here in the ground peas coming up. So we'll get these peas earlier than any other farmer because we have the advantage of the heat. And then we got all these hanging pots, and they're full of little lettuce greens and stuff like that, where we can chop those up and put them in a bag and make salad mix, you know. So trying to take advantage of all the vertical space.
Yeah.
In fact, this is a gutter, and when it rains the water runs out to some buckets out there, and we collect it, and we can use it for washing tools or watering new plants or anything like that.
Nothing goes to waste.
So yeah, so it's really nice, and the papayas love it. I mean, we planted these maybe in June. They were like right here. So this is right about here is where they were. So this is, you know, just a few months of growing. It's doubling in size.
So in the greenhouse, is this just for like, you guys do CSAs?
We do, yeah. We do a CSA, and also people are welcome from around the neighborhood to come and buy produce here. If you volunteer, let's say for an hour, you can exchange for some produce, which is for free, you know. But otherwise, everything's $1 a pound. We do that because the majority of people that we work with are low income, and this project's not just about growing in a sustainable, environmentally friendly way. It's also about making sure that all people have access to the same healthy fresh, organically grown food that's local. You know, it shouldn't be only those who have a lot of money who can go to Whole Foods or those kind of grocery stores who get the good food. It should be everybody, because it really makes a difference in our nutrition and the chance we have to live a long, happy, healthy life. So everybody deserves it. So people can come and purchase produce. They can work, trade for it. They can grow it themselves. And then we do a CSA program. It's a 10-pound box every week, 10 produce items. And if you're low income, if you qualify, you can get it for $10 for the box. And otherwise, if you don't qualify, it's $25. But everyone who's paying $25 is kind of helping the folks who can't afford it to be able to have their box at 10. Right. So it's a kind of nice little Robin Hood program, if you will. But that's kind of what equity, you know, pay what you can, contribute what you can according to your means, your ability. So,
yeah, everybody's helping each other out.
Exactly, yeah. And for so many people, this place is not only food access, it's not only community, but it's education. So there's a lot of opportunities. We have a program on Saturdays for kids where we have 2 teachers who come. They do tutoring. They do all kinds of projects related to gardening and nature and understanding ecology. And then we have workshops and all that kind of stuff for people. We're really trying to hit all the points, all the things that people need. You know, community, safety, therapy, access to food, opportunity to learn and grow and develop as a person. And then also we are trying to create job opportunities too. We want to show that organic, local agriculture, and not only that, but agriculture that's benefiting the land and the community, that can also be someone's livelihood. But that's something we're working on. So creation of jobs, creation of community, healthiness, healthy food, taking care of the land, taking care of one another, learning, education, all that's what happens here in the garden. And you know, we're super thankful for you coming out and talking with us, and just for people to know if they want to learn more, Huerta del Valle, and you can put .org after that, and that's our website. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. But this is it, and everybody's welcome. This is nuestra casa es tu casa, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's welcome all the
This is your
time.
home.
Yeah.
How long is it? When did this start? Was it 3 years? 4 years?
No, I started with the project that I started in 2010. I have right now in this area 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Okay. It started just because people needed to eat healthier, right? Maria was looking for opportunity.
Right.
And it started very small. She had the vision, she had the idea, she knew what was needed in the community, and I was able to kind of share with her some other ideas of what people have done around the country. From there, we started saying, well, hey, let's make this big, you know, let's really do something serious, not just like a little raised bed here or there, not just a little community garden here or there, but let's do something that's really going to have impact on people's lives in a more deep, long-term way, and something that can be sustainable. So yeah, 2010 is the real starting point, and as Maria said, we've been on this piece of land since 2013. This project is nothing without all the people, the community who invest their time and energy into it. It means nothing if they're not part of it, you know, for us. This one's really about the community and integrating community with growing their own food and being part of something that's greater than themselves. And so we owe everything to the people who have put in time, you know, volunteers, community gardeners. So there's so many people to thank, and the only thing we can say is just thank you to the community for making this a reality.
This area right here was what I seen grow just a little bit less than 2 years, has grown this much. They're doing important things here. And this was all Maria, her vision, and she made connections in the community, like she knew what she wanted to do, and she made it happen. But I will put a link down in the show notes of the Ontario Community Garden, and this was one of our inspirations as we were learning about growing our own food and being healthy. I was happy to show you guys this community garden. This is something I wanted to do since we started doing these videos. I'm thankful for that opportunity of being back in Southern California, and I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys next time.